Okay, hopefully you worked through triangles B, C, and D. I'm not going to show those to you because I might take a look and see if you did them on Thursday, because I really want you to do them yourself. But I do want to go over D with you. So if we have a side length of X, and this has a side length of X, then we have our right angle here. And so using the Pythagorean theorem, we can do x squared plus x squared is equal to c squared. Well, x squared plus x squared is 2x squared, and that's still equal to c squared. And to solve for c, we need to take the square root, and we get that c is equal to, again, plus or minus, but we are only considering the plus, the square root of 2x squared. Well, you can take the square root of x squared and get x root 2. So hopefully by now you are seeing a pattern where the two legs in a 45, 45, 90 are congruent, but the hypotenuse is the leg length times the square root of 2. And that's where it's going to, if you know that, really speed up your work when you are working with these. Okay, so in a 45, 45, 90 triangle, the hypotenuse is root 2 times long as each leg. And we know it's right isosceles, so the isosceles makes these two legs congruent. Okay. So we can say the hypotenuse is equal to x times the square root of 2. And if you were given the hypotenuse and you're trying to find the leg, you would take the hypotenuse and you would divide it by root 2 to get x. All right, so those are the rules for using the 45, 45, 90 triangle theorem. If you take a look at these examples down here, in number 2, this is a right isosceles, or a 45, 45, 90, and we have a leg length of 7. So this is 7, our other leg is 7, and our hypotenuse is just simply 7 times the square root of 2. So this is equal to 7 root 2. Okay. If we take a look at number 4, we are given the hypotenuse length, opposite the 90-degree angle, of 3 root 2. So to go from the hypotenuse to the leg, we need to divide by root 2 instead of multiply it. So when we take 3 root 2 divided by root 2, we're just left with x is equal to 3. All right. And then in number 7, we've got two leg lengths that are 5 root 2 each. So we're going to multiply 5 root 2 times root 2, and that gives us 5 root 4, which is 5 times 2, or 10, as our final answer for the length of the hypotenuse. All right, so I'm going to stop the video here, and because that is the end for 45, 45, 90, and the next video will go through the same process for 30, 60, 90.